We're going to start this video with a segment called Where Spencer Was Wrong. In my first videos discussing Onpassive, I mentioned that the pyramid scheme probably had less than a year remaining before it toppled over. I was wrong, I must admit. It took 2 years, but the game is finally over. This week, the SEC filed a complaint indicating that they found out Onpassive was a pyramid scheme and are no longer sharing their little secret.
And the only answer to that was our AI ML team.
That was Ash Mufareh, the dumbest CEO in America, who is the leader of this pyramid scheme and tech company that has built a community of minions.
All the leaders here, you are so loyal to the journey of Onpassive.
These leaders, aka founders, join these useless Zoom calls, more on that in a minute, to hear Ash talk endlessly about the revolution underway from his non-existent applications for his multi-unicorn company.
This company started as a unicorn, multi-unicorn company.
A unicorn is a private startup that reaches a $1 billion valuation, so Marty here saying it'll be a multi-unicorn means, yes, a multi-billion-dollar company. The business opportunity started in 2018, where Ash started promoting that he'll release applications using AI to compete with well-known tech companies. Everyone in San Francisco has a friend in tech that's working on the next big app that will compete with the social media giants. This idiot Ash said he's going to create a tech company with products that will compete with the 50 biggest companies in America. To give you an idea on how ludicrous this is, imagine meeting a guy who's 5'7" and out of shape telling you that he's about to become the next Michael Jordan, Barry Bonds, and Michael Phelps all in one, and in his offseason he'll slap Tyson Fury around the ring. And then you find out he's raising money so he can pursue his dream.
Apologies, I'm criminal.
From 2018 to June 2022, Ash raised money by claiming his investors would be founders of the company by buying into a slot for $97. Investors taking advantage of this early bird promotion called founders were assured a higher placement in the pyramid and higher returns than later investors waiting to buy into the scheme by making a product purchase and commencing payment of a monthly subscription after product launch. That, my friends, is what you call a pyramid scheme. And the best part is that no actual products have been released in 5 years. When I first looked into the scheme, I figured there was no way that more than 10,000 people were dumb enough to join. Even that number seemed too big. Then someone messaged me saying, "Spencer, I think this is massive. I think your number is off." I said, "No way, man. You can't convince me people are this dumb." The real number grew to 800,000 investors. Yep, I'll admit I was wrong a second time. 800,000 people, 80 times worse than I thought. $108 million was raised. I was in shock when I saw this. Utter disbelief. Somehow the mumbling, stumbling idiot Ash Mufareh raised $108 million to build a tech company.
Just be affirmative and be clear. If you choose to be with Onpassive and win and go to the top with us, then please do not give an ear to the losers.
If Ash eventually faces big boy penalties, then he may not be able to surf the web anymore. But you are still able to surf the web, and I want to make sure you're protected. I partnered with Surfshark VPN, which is more than just a cool name. I saw that The Shawshank Redemption was only available on Netflix Canada right now. Since I live in Las Vegas and not in Canada, I need to find a way to be in Canada right now. With Surfshark VPN, I'm able to change my location to Canada with the click of a button and watch The Shawshank Redemption tonight. Surfshark not only gives you a VPN, but they also have an ad blocker and 24/7 antivirus protection. They also have a feature for scanning your device to ensure complete protection. A couple years ago, news broke that some tech companies may be spying on you through your webcam. Surfshark also provides webcam protection to make sure you aren't caught making your YouTube thumbnail face. I also appreciate their private search engine, as I have to investigate many topics throughout the web, and not having to worry about the search queries following me around is nice. Surfshark is giving my audience an extra 3 months free if you go to surfshark.deal/Cornelia by using my link in the description below or by using Cornelia at checkout. Back to the video. Rather than commit investor proceeds principally to develop and commercialize the purported software applications, Mufareh has used funds to further the pyramid scheme and for his and his spouse's personal use.
Apologies, I'm criminal.
As of June 30, 2023, Onpassive had not yet launched any product for a fee or paid any commissions to investors.
We understand some people are probably discomfortable. They see discomfort or they're uncomfortable with the Onpassive change in the game. They're not used to such a clean, pure thing.
Let's see if Ash has pure and clean business ethics. In addition, the Mufarehs converted a considerable portion of investor funds into crypto assets under their exclusive personal control. The Mufarehs then used funds from these accounts for personal expenses, including online retail purchases, upscale dining, TV subscriptions, groceries, salon and spa visits, and the purchase of stocks.
Apologies, I'm criminal.
Ash and his wife are now facing pretty serious allegations. He went on a 3-hour live stream to discuss them with his minions, and he was dropping pure gold.
Yeah, that came out. Have to tell you the truth. We are disappointed by the sex behavior, and that they have decided to file this complaint.
This clip was a perfect representation of Ash if you don't know him. He called it the sex behavior, SEC''S. Sometimes I wonder if this guy is too stupid to spell his name, or he's so intelligent that he knows he has to dumb himself down so far in order to attract these gullible minions.
But I have to tell you, I always said, only God can stop Onpassive.
We'll see how quickly Ash squeals when he's in court when he finds out that his little pyramid scheme comes with real-world consequences.
Because it is for the people, it is because of people, and it's the only good hope that we have.
In the how to start a cult checkmark list, we have convinced your minions that they are all fighting for a higher purpose against an imaginary evil, now checked off.
I don't care about that. I'm going to remain loyal and bold. I'm going to do it or die. We're just about to roll out life-changing products.
Ash has built a customer base of about 800,000 people by falsely promising these revolutionary tech products for 5 years and still hasn't delivered. See the logo in the bottom right? What does it say, Ash? They still use Zoom for their cult worshipping calls. For those not in the know, one of their revolutionary products set to release any day now is apparently going to compete with Zoom.
But use OConnect to contact with people face to face. It's really, really a cool thing.
OConnect is one of their imaginary products that is set to release any day now. The customers have been waiting for about 4.5 years. If you ever want to learn how to be patient, talk to the Onpassive minions. Zoom has a free option, yet Ash has gotten his minions to think that customers will now pay for their Zoom alternative that doesn't exist.
So as we look at OConnect, there are things we can do, and the number one thing you can do is use it.
When Ash has virtual depositions, let's see if they use Zoom or OConnect. Let's have fun reacting to Ash discussing his pending lawsuit with the SEC.
This is not going to change the facts, okay? It's all just pointless allegations. We strongly disagree with the allegations in all, and they've contained, just some ridiculous points, and I personally look forward to our day in court.
Have you ever seen someone so stupid? The SEC has been researching his company for a couple years, filed a 43-page complaint against him and his wife, and they always back up claims with empirical evidence, and this dude thinks the claims are pointless? You essentially stole $108 million and you think it's pointless?
That is not going to change, and we are not going to get into the nonsense and the disappointing allegations and very, I would say pathetic. Sorry to say that word.
What's actually pathetic is the fact that Onpassive is spread to really poor parts of the world that suffer from poverty and are likely not financially knowledgeable enough to know the absurdity of your investment opportunity.
That was our promise in 2018, and we will only bring you the finest technologies, the finest products and services that finally we are witnessing a new transparent, clean company to serve the public.
This is coming from a CEO who just got hit with a complaint by the SEC with documented proof that he's only released 2 products. Are you ready for them? As stated in the complaint, Ash promoted the idea of releasing 50 different applications. Yes, the guy who couldn't tell you the difference between Ajax and jQuery is going to build 50 applications with AI capabilities to compete with Zoom, Facebook, and Google, and many others.
Onpassive has taken a great role in that. We are committed to be human and behave in a very humane way.
You're probably wondering how in the world did a guy with a business IQ lower than Ben Simmons' career scoring average raise $108 million? For one, he took the funds and spent heavily on marketing in places like Dubai. He probably paid millions for their logo to be on the side of the Burj Khalifa.
Today, I have a lot of people coming at me and requesting a video on how Onpassive is going to work, how it's going to work for them, and the people that they're introducing Onpassive to. I'm Mike Ellis, by the way.
Even though Ash is hands down the dumbest CEO in America, He's incredibly intelligent with starting pyramid schemes. It's taken me a couple years to really understand why a pyramid scheme like this can spread so quickly, and it checks all the boxes for a financial cult. Step 1. Find useful idiots to act as promoters. A useful idiot is a term currently used to reference a person perceived as propagandizing for a cause, particularly a bad cause originating from a devious, ruthless source, without fully comprehending the cause's goals and who is cynically being used by the cause's leaders. Onpassive has numerous useful idiots promoting the pyramid scheme every day without realizing they're the ones actually getting conned. Most notably, this is Marty DeGarmo, Mike Ellis, Chris Johnson, and Red Redfern. Ash fills his live streams with this entire roster of useful idiots, giving a sense of credibility to all of the future victims. Step 2. Present a new opportunity no one knows about.
As a one-stop shop to your digital, life, and that's why we say Onpassive is the future of the internet. It's a done deal, and nothing is going to slow it down.
The only customers of this pyramid scheme happen to be the people who are joining, thinking they're about to make life-changing money. They all believe they're on the forefront of some AI-driven multi-trillion-dollar company. Step 3. Create a common enemy to establish us versus them.
When you're when you're going against the flow, when you're really doing something clean, is going to shake up all the corruption. And I would say again, Onpassive is the only correction to the corruption.
Ash has created this belief in his useful idiots that all of these tech companies are evil, and his applications, still in development of course, will be the answer to the corruption.
Or some of the reasons is because Onpassive is exposing them, whether they're businesses or companies. Some of them are former founders or founding members. They misbehave, we let them go.
Step 4. Indicate an outsider is trying to shut down the cause.
They have been doing everything in their power to undermine Onpassive or diminish it, or the reputation of Ash Mufareh and all of that.
Ash stated in an ebook that Onpassive was fully legal and fully compliant worldwide. We will not be shut down by a government. They will use our products.
35 years. This never been done before. That they just basically, I don't want to say cheated or tricked, but maybe you have a better word for that, okay? They just didn't ethically or professionally coordinate when we have a dialogue.
I'm sure Ash's discount lawyers enjoyed hearing him say the SEC didn't act ethically, as he's named in a lawsuit alleging he ran a $108 million pyramid scheme, fraudulently enriched himself and his wife, and lied to his customers.
Publicly, I disagree with that. Court will decide that. I'm not a pyramid scheme. I'm going to change your life, including you, and you're going to be using my products. You will use Ash Mufareh's products and inventions.
I will never use your products.
You'll see.
I will never join Onpassive.
You'll see.
Step 5. State that your cause is misunderstood.
You have been found to be a pyramid scheme
I have bad
by
news
the SEC.
You're
They have
lose.
said you're a pyramid scheme.
That's only an allegation, okay? And it's not proven.
Ash will eventually release his first product. Eventually, when asked what his favorite feature was for an app that was going to compete with Zoom, a public company with a market cap of $20 billion, here's what he said.
When we got the opportunity to be the makers, we said, oh yeah, we wish that. So it's a complete package. I feel comfortable. I feel fulfilled within the scope of the features in it. I love the quality. And to me, to give that cut or a reasonable cost to this massive value, that is also disruptive.
Step 6. Offer life-changing results if you believe in the cult. The complaint includes a promotional chart Ash used to influence the first batch of useful idiots to join. Nearly 12% of the investors bought a second slot in the founder's position in order to make even more money because they believed riches were right around the corner.
Package coming out, or the first product coming out that's going to be sold to the world is OConnect, and it's any day, any minute.
Listen, Onpassive could launch in a month or it could launch in a year. I do not care.
Step 7. Customers build an identity around the cult. In order to keep the members from rebelling, Ash needed to keep them believing that the launch of their life-changing applications were just around the corner. As of August 2020, the same month that defendants announced that the product suite would include 30 software applications that would work together in an ecosystem. In case you missed the first videos about this pyramid scheme, Ash has promised life-changing products for all 5 years this has been in existence. completed only 2 comparatively simple software applications, an IP tracker and a URL shortener, equivalents of which were already readily available to the public online for free. For those technically deficient, these are tools that can be created in a day.
Apologies, I'm criminal.
Ash anticipates being able to sell all of these applications for a monthly price despite the competition being better and free.
This is obviously one of the regulators in the country. Not all the countries have this system. They have it here. And when they receive complaints or somebody snitching somehow,
Ash is somehow smart enough to pull off a $100 million scam, but too stupid to understand what a pyramid scheme is.
They are in agreement to finish, some documents and all of that. But, they disappointed me today or yesterday. They decided to do something without a prior notice.
How dare they not give him any notice to looking into him and his wife sending money from the company accounts to their personal crypto accounts?
In fact, if he did that, I believe Ash Mufareh would be the richest man in the world because of Onpassive.
If you're entering this Onpassive world for the first time, you're probably confused and don't believe this is real, but I can guarantee you that the Kool-Aid is so strong in this community. These monotonous drones really do believe they just struck gold by believing in this pyramid schemer.
The things that will really be fond of is that you took the journey. Trust me. I was there then. I was leaning on the table with Edison when he made the light bulb. Listen, we're part of something that big.
In conclusion, I'm still in disbelief that this grew to $108 million. When I first looked into this company and this pyramid scheme, I was like, there's no way there are that many people in this, and I didn't think people would be interested. Sure enough, after 2 videos, people are very interested in this, and I have to admit, I'm going to kind of miss, I hate saying this, but I'm going to kind of miss researching this company because there are some videos that are really tough to make. The subjects are boring or the people aren't that interesting. But somehow with this Onpassive, it is so interesting. If you haven't seen the live streams, you have to watch at least one to see Ash Mufareh just ramble for 3 hours. It is, in a way, fascinating. And from the outside, from a psychological perspective, it's been really interesting to look at all of the people that are involved and how much they buy into this obvious scam. Obviously, it's sad. We've got people losing money, and I don't like that they're promoting a scam that, is going to lead to people losing money. But I have to admit, it's been quite entertaining looking into this subject because Onpassive was such an interesting story where you have a guy that you're shocked that anyone would buy anything he's selling, and somehow he raised $108 million. I don't know how he did it, but it's been really interesting. I'm gonna miss looking into this story a little bit. I think it's basically on its last days now. I have a feeling that Ash is going to release the O-Connect here soon so that he can say it's not a pyramid scheme, we have actual products. And at some point, all of the founders, all the people who are the actual victims of this thing, they're going to find out that they were a part of a scam. They're going to finally realize that the products that they were hoping for, no one's going to buy. And so the whole thing will topple over and it'll all be over. And so in conclusion, it's unfortunate that a lot of people are about to lose money, but it is good to see that the SEC finally came down on a pyramid scheme. Thanks so much for watching.